I'm still alive, which is great. The burger that I had, as well as the Gatorade and the French fries and all this other stuff when I was in gas. I got gas too for the vehicle, nothing else. And cold food was awesome, refreshing for me, refreshing for the vehicle. Really been trying to make some good time going down the road. I am finally less than 500 miles from my home, which sounds astronomically far for a lot of people, and it is a long way. I mean, that's super far. But man, it feels good to be that much closer to home. The temperature has doubled in Fahrenheit since I left my little hunting part of the world. That's awesome. I'm at 39 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Every minute that I drive south, I'm like, that's another mile, that's another degree, whatever it takes. It's really pushing me along. I've got about 75 miles to go, or about an hour and a half on the Dalton Highway before I get to or get pretty close to Fairbanks. Probably get gas there and then decide if I can press for a little bit longer or if I should just stay the night in Fairbanks. What a ride. Kind of decompressing after all the adrenaline and excitement and everything else. I was really happy and singing along to the radio, and then kind of, oh geez, that was a lot. Was ready to cry and shed some tears thinking about the different things that happened out there. It's been an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. Even just making the drive back. I know when I tell hunting stories, I mostly get met with two different reactions. I get the, oh, you've really taken to that. Like, okay, this is this new, hobby that you've kind of picked up. And I also get met with palpable jealousy. And I think that it's really interesting because I know what it's like to be that person that goes, damn, I really want to go hunting. And I think that would be really cool. And I think that if you are interested in hunting, you want to go try and get educated. And I'm gonna say this as someone who couldn't find someone that was experienced to go with me, but if you can find someone that's experienced and go. If not, I'm gonna say this contrary to what I did, try and find something small. See what you can hunt nearby. See what you have to do to get qualified to hunt it. If it's small game and it's in an area where you have to have a hunter's education, go get hunter's education. Buy a license and get something small. Even if you go out there for a bird, or you go out there for some kind of small game, like, that's great. And you're gonna learn some of the really fundamental parts of hunting, and you're gonna be able to test your gear out. Testing your gear and testing yourself and seeing what you're capable of on a more manageable size game, I think, is a great idea. I mean, I kind of dove headfirst into it, straight into a caribou hunt earlier this summer, and I don't regret that. But if someone had said, hey man, why don't you go shoot a grouse or go shoot a ptarmigan, or how would they get a 22 and just go shoot a squirrel, just so that you can kind of get the general idea of what it's like to be in the woods and be looking for a specific target, and everything else that goes along with it. it's not impossible to get into hunting, and it shouldn't surprise people when someone has gotten into it and broke into it and really pursued and enjoyed it. So don't be jealous, go and do it, and don't be surprised if you see me going again. I'm gonna keep doing this. I like it, it's rewarding. And as much as it is an accomplishment and a personal addition to my own personal resume, the real victory, the really heartwarming, amazing thing is coming home and seeing my family and saying, I got something for us. Come take a look. I've got some really beautiful daughters, and I've taken my son out fishing, and I hope to take him hunting one day as well. I've taken my youngest daughters hunting with my wife, actually. But you know, being able to say, hey, I got that, and we're gonna eat it now. It's gonna be delicious. And my children are excited about it in the way that, you know, you gotta brush your teeth every morning, and you're supposed to every night before bed. It's more fun when you do it with the Spider-Man toothbrush, and dinner is more fun when it's caribou. It's the same realm, I feel like, for kids. Like, well, Daddy went hunting, and we're gonna have caribou. That's the really beautiful part about it. The part that you have a family, but this really adds to it. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to my drive. I've still got a long ways to go, and many hours of sitting alone in the car, continually decompressing about everything. I'm really looking forward to being off the Dalton Highway, as much as I really aggressively pursued being on it. I'm curious to download all the information when I get home, from my devices, my phone, my fitness watch. I know it just pinged just a few minutes ago that I had burned 4,000 calories, which is funny because this had to have been my laziest day of hunting so far, because half of it was spent driving already. But I'm also going to take a lot of time to try and reflect and learn from some of the mistakes, some of the bad decisions I made, and learn from them. My wife is really good about reminding me not to beat myself up about mistakes. Some of the mistakes that I'll make, I'll be like, oh, that was so stupid, why did I do that? She, well, what a great learning opportunity. What can you do different next time? She has really been awesome this entire trip. I love her. I'm so glad that I was lucky enough to find her. And definitely the best prize I could have taken home, regardless of what hunting trip I go on in the future. Well, wish me luck on the rest of this drive. 134 miles to Fairbanks. Here we go.